And welcome, one and all, to Let's Play of a game I've wanted to do for a little bit. It is Air Combat, or Air's Combat. I'm going to do this slightly different to my normal ones. I'm just going to set up a save file and everything. I'm going to leave the controls on Novice. I used to play it with expert controls, but I can't be bothered. And no data to save. Rightio then. I'm actually going to stop here ever so quick, check how that's recorded through, as I'm using my external capture device. So we will be joining momentarily at the intro video for the main story. And here we go, folks. Starting off with the opening sequence. I'm gonna do normal mode.
Gentlemen, you are the cream of the world's air forces. This country desperately needs your help.
Cream.
6 months ago, an extremely well-armed and organized terrorist force carried out a coup d'etat. Attempts to free our country have been foiled by repeated surprise attacks. To avoid escalating this war and causing unacceptable civilian losses, we wish to employ your services. Surgical airstrikes and the elimination of enemy air superiority will tip the scales in our favor.
Tipping scales. Never a fun thing.
You will receive remuneration commensurate with your positions as the premier Top Guns of the world.
In other words, they're going to pay as well. I love the Air Combat Ace Combat series of games. This was probably the second game I had on my PlayStation. My first game came with it, and that was Destruction Derby 2. This I bought from my local Woolworths in '97 when I first got mine. My brother got his in '96. And I appear to have... Oh, has it crashed on the opening? Right. Be right back, folks. And here we are. My disc is quite well played and probably needs a good buffering. Hopefully this will come back over just fine. Yeah, anyway, second game I ever had, as far as I remember. Loved it. Here we have our sort of overworld map screen. Oh, damn, I'm locked in on the first mission. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to make a save straight away. I am playing this through my PlayStation 2, so we're playing it the old school proper way. Now, I could go and buy some more aircraft. I currently have an F4 and an F14. In hard mode, you start off with the F4. That lets me buy planes. That's the mission selection, which is what we're doing. Enemy supply lines.
This is an evaluation of your operational abilities. Intelligence reports an enemy supply unit moving to resupply their forward positions. You should have the advantage of surprise. You should have localized air superiority for the duration of the operation. Target, C5A supply unit.
What we got? F4, MiG-31s, 4 C5s, 2 E-767s. Good luck! Reconnaissance, MiG-31 air superiority, level rookie, 2 C5s, F4 level rookie. I would use the F4, but the 14 is the better of the two. And of course, being an old Namco game, if you hold R1 and circle, this lets you input codes, but I do not remember any of them. But you get bouncing CDs.
Ready?
Be prepared for a lot of this view, folks.
Break now.
This is generally how I play the first one.
Fire. Down. Great shot.
Look on the tail.
Because it's about the only decent way to play it.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down!
And if you expect proper Top Gun maneuvers in this game, you're going to be in for a big disappointment. It is very clunky compared to its sequels, and you end up doing this a lot, chasing planes.
Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Enemy locked on
Be
target.
prepared for him as well, saying, "You just missed a lot."
Jesus, miss! Take that one!
Must return to the mission, buddy.
Enemy target located.
But the music is legendary in this game.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Stay with them.
See, if that had been a real gun, I'd have hit it by now.
Don't let him get away. Blew him away.
So instead, we just double tap missiles. My plane has over 50 of them. And 9,000 rounds of ammunition, apparently.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! Blew him away.
The sequels do get a bit more realistic. Well, except for the third one, Electrosphere, which is set in the far future.
Up ahead!
No, you don't.
Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Bingo! Yahoo! That one!
Right, where's that F4 gone then? And in case you're wondering, that's what it looks like when you go to external view. But you have no radar or anything.
Enemy in sight. Up ahead!
There's the F4. That's my next target, I think.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Wasted! On our left! Up ahead!
There they are. So this is essentially like a milk run mission. It just gets you into
Enemy locked on
control.
target. Fire! Shoot it down!
It's used to the concept of the game, really.
Stay with them. Bingo! Yahoo! On our left! Hold down our tail!
I don't fully know how synchronized my speaking is to the microphone. I'm on a 50 millisecond delay, I believe. I did try it with 0 delay, but that gave me a few errors just a moment ago when I was testing some bits, so
Great shot!
let's see how it turns out.
Blew him away!
And that's the mission completed. Be prepared for a fair amount of bland 1-on-1 colours. So one colour for the sea, one colour for the land kind of thing. Although we do have a bit of brown mixed in with that one. I mean, to me, it's as if they were taking the Area 88 anime series and manga and making a modern day interpretation of it. They spawned many sequels, like I said. There was 3 on the PlayStation 1, including the first. There was the 4 and 5 on the PS2, so there was officially 2 on the PS2, then I think there was 2 on the PSP, 1 on the Xbox 360, and then the most recent one. So it is a good, successful series of games. Like I say, we're going to save because I have lost saves on this game randomly because it's so funny. Time 0000000. I don't know if my PlayStation's keeping its time right. And we will take a quick look at what aircraft we can buy, and we can buy the F-117 for 4 million. I think that was 6 million on net as a MiG-31. I believe there was only 20 odd aircraft in the first game. You can have
Immediate
about
mobilization
7.
required. Our base's position was compromised in the last enemy push. Reports indicate imminent arrival of bombers. Scramble and ace those bogies. Target B-52 bomber force.
The B-52s. Rock Lobster. Tornado F-2s. Those are a pain because they seem to be able to turn on a sixpence. Chug-along bombers. For some reason they have a C5. 2 AV-8s. which obviously is a Harrier. We'll be going in our trusty F-14 again. My favourite plane in this game is the Su-27, but I don't believe it's the best in the first one.
Ready? Break now!
And I will try and get as many other combat kills as I can by just objectives.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Again! Focus on our 6.
Oops.
Alert,
Took some
body
damage.
Alert, body damage.
Enemy in sight. Take off!
Alert, body damage.
Enemy
Alert,
locked on
body
target.
damage.
Fire! Shot! Focus on our tail!
I'm not too bothered about a lot of damage,
Up ahead! Back one! Focus on
because
enemy target located.
you can stick with about 4 planes in the whole game.
Up ahead! Fire! Shoot it down!
This is how the first game plays out.
Up ahead!
Real air maneuvers aren't... well, you see, boys and girls, real flight simulator combat experience hadn't been invented yet back in 1995. At least not for the public.
Shoot it down! He's wasted!
Of course, you're overly energetic co-pilot. Which kind of makes sense in an F4 and an F-14, but
Enemy
like
locked on target. Fire! Shoot
when
it
you're in
down.
the F-18 single-seat fighter,
Stay with him.
what's with that, you designers? Don't you know about planes?
Enemy target located. Up ahead!
That tornado's mine.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Shoot him away! On our left!
That must have been the one I got earlier, was it?
Focus on our 6.
B-52s, sub-supersonic aerial bombers.
Enemy target
They
located.
have a back gunner on them, so try and watch out, but they're not going to do too much harm to you.
Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him. Great shot! Oh, enemy target located.
Ooh, that must be the other fighter. Let's get him.
Focus on our 6.
What?
On our right.
What do you mean, am I right? You mean it was what I was after all along?
Up ahead.
Nope, there it is.
Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Great shot! Oh,
Got him with a gun. One more target. Let's climb a little bit. If you have the expert controls on, you can perform climbs and dives much easier. The game always has an auto-correcting. If you notice, I'm off the control here and it's zeroing out. It does that on a positive and negative climb. Can be quite annoying. Can't do quite true level descent. You always have to make a lot of micro adjustments.
back one!
And that is mission 2 completed.
Mission accomplished.
I'm probably going to run for 20 minutes of video. See how far I can get done. Normally that'll be 2 to 3 missions. If memory serves. There is codes, like I say, for this game, being back in the day. And you can have codes to play, I think, a copy of Galaxin. Like on Ridge Racer, and you can do get every plane, have lots of credits, infinite damage, I think, you know, invulnerability, and then I think the only code which I probably would use, and I may do, is the have planes in their semi-original plane colours. So like the bad guys have, basically, instead of in our Combat Aces colour. Oops. Yeah, this memory card saving system, I always do that. Intercept. Reward. 2 million.
AWACS reports an enemy incursion in our sector. We are diverting you from local air support to forward
Neutralize
operations.
approaching units.
Neutralize the approaching units. Target enemy attacking force. Formation makeup is unknown. Expect enemy fighter support and a tough dogfight. Good luck.
A tough dogfight. And I can't choose anything. And since I can see it, I'm not taking the F4 in this mission. Like, as it is, the first 2 or 3 missions are just to give you the different types, fighting some fighters, fighting some bombers, and then I think the 4th mission has us attacking some ground targets, and then I believe on the 5th mission or 6th you get a wingman, or the option for a wingman.
Break now.
Ooh, this can always be a pain, this level though. They just dodge you constantly.
Enemy locked on target. Fire. Attack one. Focus on our 6.
So this was one of the ones that used to really annoy me as a kid, especially on harder mode.
Take off.
Because they just
Enemy
circle
target
and
located.
circle and circle, it's so annoying.
Enemy locked on target.
Alert, body damage. Alert, body damage.
I like it how he says
Alert,
he's
body
hit. He needs to take a bit of shrapnel to his knee.
Alert, body
Up
damage.
ahead.
Against a
Enemy
pair of
locked on target.
F-18s.
Fire. Take those. Focus on our 6. On our left. Focus on our 6.
Huh, I hit him with a missile and I gunned it.
Up ahead. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot down. Jesus, miss. Him away. On our left.
Yeah, they just kind of pop out of existence when they explode in the air. Oh, I love this game for the quirks.
Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot down. Focus on
Alert,
our
body
6.
damage. Alert, body
Did I just
damage.
fly into him?
Alert, body damage.
Did we just have a mid-air collision?
Alert, body damage.
Yeah, woman, shut up.
Alert, body damage.
Shut up! I know!
Enemy locked on target. Fire.
Yeesh.
Shoot down. Focus on our 6.
Nothing I can do about it right now. I'm kind of in the middle of flying
On our
here.
left. Focus on our 6. Enemy in
Next
sight.
you'll be saying that you got us lost, you took the wrong direction.
Take off. Jesus, miss. On our left.
This is what they do. They just spin around you with
Enemy in
infinite
sight.
agility.
Fire. Shoot down. Take back one. On our right.
Boom. Have I ever run out of missiles? I hear nobody asking out loud to themselves. Yes, I have. On 1 or 2 of your planes, you obviously get a lot less
Enemy
missiles.
locked on target. Fire.
And there
Shoot
are
down.
1 or 2 missions, although not so much in the first
Stay
one,
with him.
where you
Take
can
those.
use all your missiles and have none left.
Wasted.
Just
On our
because the
left.
enemy can constantly avoid you, or you
Up ahead.
or you're in too tight a turn and you end up missing. I think the E67s are the last
Enemy
thing.
locked on target.
Sorry, the
Fire.
E767.
Take those. Him away.
Well, that was quickly done.
Mission accomplished.
So we're pretty much going to be with the F-14 for a while. It's a pretty stable plane, not the fastest manoeuvring in the game, but it can take a few knocks. It's not too bad. Oh, the blocks. I could have put the smoothing option on the PlayStation 2, of course, but I'm not sure if it makes air combat look any better. And my cat is staring at me. Save. Oh, no, we get the wingman now. Yeah, here's what I was on about with the saving. It always offers to make a new save first, which is annoying. And yet not annoying, because otherwise some games have it over the top and you don't want to overwrite it. What can we get now? So I can now afford the MiG-31, which would give me 39,100,000 left. No, 3,910,000. What am I on about? can't count. Get an F-18. I can buy the Tornado F2. I can get an F-15. You look at the F-14. Pretty high stability, offense power, reasonable defense, and decent but low mobility. Compare that with the 15, where you have a much more offensive and defensive and powerful platform with more mobility, but it's a lot less stable. Switch that over to the Tornado. High offense and defense, but low power and mobility, good stability. F-18, it's about on par with an F-14, less defense, less stability, but a bit more offense, power and mobility. So, yeah, I never use the F-117. It is rubbish in this game. There is no... obviously the MiG takes a hell of a knocking, but it is slow. So I find that I do switch to an F-18. Or even the Tornado. But after that wastage... Oh, it's the night attack.
Up to now, our offensive missions have been constrained by the presence of civilians in Donetsk City. A recent evacuation of that city permits us to engage hard targets within the city perimeter.
F-4s and Tornado F2s.
Target 1, Computer Communications Center. Target 2, Enemy Headquarters Building. Night conditions should neutralize enemy ground fire. However, the city has at least 3 interceptors available. We have no intelligence on force composition. From now on, you will have a wingman assigned to you. Inform him of the operation before departure.
F-15, MiG-31s, F-4s, Tornado F-2s. Now, I can launch with support, or launch on my TOD. And obviously, we see here our wingman, who guards my tail. I can buy different ones. So I can buy a wingman in an F-1 who watches me back, does his own thing. Secure the construct. I believe they just fly around the objectives. I can then choose an F-117. They all have the same 3 options, it's just different levels. See, rookie, veteran, rookie, rookie. Of course, you get them in all the planes that are available. I am just going to launch on my TUD. One plane against 7 and multiple ground targets. What could go wrong? And I notice we're just hitting about the 20-minute mark, so I'll do this level and then hopefully do it as quick as I can. And we'll call it. There are, like I say, ground targets, so you can rack up some good money on this level, but you need to pay attention to your altimeter. I'm already dangerously low, 400.
Enemy in sight. Enemy in sight.
And it is not a pretty sight when you smash rock bottom on the water.
On our right.
You can run out of fuel as well. If a flight is taking you too long, you will lose fuel and die. Your plane just kind of goes... And pretty much that's it.
Up ahead. Fire. Put it down. Bingo. Enemy target located.
Take that, sucker.
Enemy locked on target.
You can see I'm being hit by ground fire. I'll be getting those in a moment.
On our right.
Again, like in a real plane, you can actually speed around a corner and air brake and stuff. You can't do any of that in here. The game is not that advanced.
Don't let it get away.
Being brutally honest.
Wasted.
Right. Fly out over the water a wee bit. You can just fly around like and go quite far on the maps if memory serves. Right, my objectives are the buildings and you can fly into them. And there'll be none of that on my missions.
Enemy locked on target.
Under body damage. Under body damage. Under body damage. Under body damage.
Did I actually get that gun on the bottom?
Under body damage.
It doesn't take many anti-aircraft hits, anti-air hits either. For the guns to wreck your stuff.
Enemy in sight.
I think it does only take one missile for the emplacements, but I'm not
Enemy
percent.
locked on target.
Alert, body damage.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Alert, body
Enemy locked on
damage.
target.
Alert, body damage.
Enemy in
Alert,
sight.
body damage. Alert, body damage.
Enemy targets located.
So you need to climb and dive.
Enemy in sight.
Actually, if you look already, I'm on caution.
Up ahead.
Let's get those two F4s.
Enemy locked on target. Fire. Wait. Focus on our 6.
Ooh, almost had a missile
Enemy
lock.
targets located.
Some,
On our right. Focus on our 6.
no, that plane's around
Enemy
to the
target
right somewhere. There it
located.
is.
Enemy targets located.
I'm going to need this money because of the damage I've took, so might as well get the easy
Enemy
prey
locked on
whilst I
target.
can.
Fire. Shoot it down. Bingo. Get back one.
Again, I just really like the music in this game. And I forget the name of the guy who did it.
Enemy in sight. Enemy targets
But he
located.
did quite a lot of Namco music, obviously.
Enemy locked on target.
Caution.
Missile! No!
Enemy targets located.
Oh! That's one reason why you've got to watch some of the ground targets.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Quick shot.
Now, where were those planes?
Enemy targets located. Enemy
Warning.
locked on. Focus on our 6.
Whoops, gonna overshoot.
Up ahead. On our right. On our right.
Yeah, there's no real difference either in performance between the planes. They all do the same 2400 kilometers an hour.
Locked on target.
I think
Fire.
one or two
Focus on our 6.
get a little higher.
Just missed. On our
Warning.
right. Take off.
Um,
Locked
Warning.
on us. Missile
Constantly being
approaching.
locked onto.
Dive. Enemy in sight.
Warning.
Focus on enemy locked on us. Missile approaching. Dive. Dive.
Warning.
On our right. Take off.
Warning. Warning.
Focus
Shut
on
up,
our
woman.
6.
nothing I can do about it right now.
On our left. Enemy in sight. Up ahead.
It's those MiGs.
On our left. Focus on our 6. Up ahead. Focus on our tail. Take off. Up ahead. Focus on our tail. On our left. Up ahead.
There be the F-15. And then after that, a barrage of ground weapons. Whoops. Hold on a minute.
Enemy
Oh, the
in
MiGs
sight.
weren't destroyed.
Up ahead. Fire. Shoot it down.
That's why I say the MiGs are a lot tougher. So although they're all handled roughly the same, there
Focus on our 6.
are some that survive damage a lot more than others. Get back
On our
here.
right. Take off. Enemy locked on target. Fire. Shoot it down. Jesus, miss. Here. Post. Enemy target located.
That time.
Up ahead. Focus on our 6.
Alert. Body
Oh, I'm
damage.
right above the guns.
Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage. Alert. Body damage. Alert.
You're
body
pretty much
damage.
looking at one missile sometimes can actually kill you
Focus on our 6.
on any mode.
Enemy locked on target.
No,
Fire. Shoot
that's
it down.
actually incorrect. One missile will not kill you on easy mode. You will survive on easy mode from one
Focus on our
missile.
6.
You can survive from one missile on normal.
Enemy target
You can actually
located.
survive from one missile on
Take
hard
off.
if you're in one of the tougher planes. If you're not, then you're pretty much kablooey.
Up ahead!
Right, that F-15 is just running circles around me.
Up ahead! Enemy locked on target. Fire! Shoot it down! Stay with him! Jesus, miss!
Literally running circles around me.
Enemy in sight. Fire! Shoot it down! Shoot him away!
Right. See if I get blown up by any of these ground targets now. Where are they?
Enemy in sight.
This is where you must pay attention to your altimeter.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target. Bingo! Yahoo!
Because it is completely rip-off cheap to kill you with these buildings. And I will be gutted if I die now. Not after that struggle with those bloody MiGs.
Enemy in sight.
I did this one time at band camp. No. And I killed everything, got all these,
Enemy locked on target.
flew straight into the building.
Bingo! Yahoo! Great shot!
So yeah, you can imagine how gutted I was. I was almost in tears because I was doing it on hard mode as well, I think, at the time, and I was just like, no.
Enemy in sight. Enemy locked on target.
Fly to our doom.
Great shot!
Now, mission completed.
Mission accomplished.
From a certain point, I won't be going after the fighters after a while. $400,000. That wasn't too bad. I made 7 million, so all in a day's work. See if I remember one of them codes. I don't remember what it did. Nope. Right. I will save. I've been Loopney Third. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you in the next part of Air Combat.